Hello, my name is Christine, also known as the ArtChick. I'm a photographer based in Philadelphia, and today I'm going to show you a surreal self-portrait, much like the cover shot you just seen, this one, and behind the scenes and bringing it into Photoshop. So let's dive into it. So this is my tabletop. This is going to be my scene. I'm going to place myself in this position here, starting point, and then this chair. So there's two chairs in position and this one. These are going to be like, because the focal point is in this corner. Now, how I stage myself in the first round will determine how I'm going to position myself in the other two positions. Here I am. There's a series of them. So I think one of these I'll choose. I'm kind of digging that. Now I want to position myself right about in here. You know, there's a lot of space here and there's a lot of space here. So I have a lot of wiggle room, like from this blind over and this chair. So that's where I'm going to position myself in the other two spots going in. So there's that. So that's it. So I've positioned myself here, sipping my coffee. Mind you, I'm staying in this area right here. And then the other object I placed in was the magazine. So that was my starting point. So I have the magazine up and I'm flipping through the magazine. So keeping in mind, I'm taking up all this real estate here. So I left it down so that I know this real estate is taken up. I don't want to cross this magazine or I'm going to have a hell of a time in Photoshop, like placing the person over here and here into the frame. And then this one, I sort of like stayed over here. The apple is also my other cue. It gives me something to do. I can throw this up. I can, I have me interacting with myself like, hey, why don't you have this apple? Why don't you stop reading? Hey, why don't you stop drinking coffee, What's wrong with you guys? Like, you're reading a magazine? Yeah, sure, you're not really into that magazine. Why don't you have an apple? Why don't you stop drinking that coffee? You've been drinking coffee all day. Why don't you have yourself some good, nutritious apple? And the rest of me is just, whatever. You could even film yourself and do this in Adobe Premiere and just be like, I'm reading and I really don't care about your apple. I'm really into what I'm looking at right now. Thank you. I'm gonna ignore you now. And I don't know. I'm not hungry. I just want my coffee. So it works, you see. It works and stills frame. But for right now, I'm working with the still. And this is basically my approach. So now let's take it into post and see what I've come up with. So I'm using Lightroom to sort through my images. I'm going to go with these three. Okay, now that I've selected the three images, now I've narrowed it down to three. Now I'm going to pull them up and edit in Photoshop. So now I'm going to pull up Photoshop, image 1, image 2, and image 3. Okay. So I'm going to start, like what I said, the initial shot, which is 3. I'm going to select all, copy, paste, select all, copy, paste. this one, and then I'm going to label them. So this is right. This one is left, and then the background is the middle. Okay, so this is the first one, and then I have the one on the right. So what I like to do is I like to bring the opacity down a little bit, so I could see there's the third one of me, right? And then I bring the opacity down on the middle one because I just sort of want to get a feel. Okay, now there's all three like kind of ghostly. Look, see how they're not, these chairs over here are overlapping, so that's a little tricky. I should have really just kept that more simple and had the chairs set in stone, but we'll work around that. Okay, so I'm going to bring the opacity back up on this one. Is the opacity so up? Okay, so here's the one on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this marquee tool here, and I'm going to delete. Notice I'm highlighted the one on the right, and I've taken out everything on the right hand side. See, if I take these off, see, now it's just the one on the right, and now you have this on the left. Now I'm going to bring in the middle, I'm going to bring the opacity back up. Open it. Okay. I'm going to see how so much of this is actually, so a lot of this in here, copy, and then paste in place. Okay. Now I'm going to bring the opacity down. All right. And now what I want to do is I'm going to take the eraser tool, and I'm just going to erase like where the third me is coming into play. See? This way, it's still a little weird because it's still like placed real weirdly, like, but it makes a little more sense. See how that's a little more even now? So if you make a mistake, you could always bring in another image like I just did, and it's totally fine. So now I feel good about this. So I'm going to delete this now. All right. Now, what I like to do is I like to merge visible. All right, and I like to do Command J in case I screw up. I could always delete it like you just saw. And now I'm gonna give myself a little Botox action in Photoshop. Oh, to aging, to thinking, all those thoughts over the years, all those, oh, this, you know, all the doubts and all the, oh, why did I just fall for that one? Will I ever learn? So anyway, I like the Band-Aid tool and the healing brush tool and all of that. Oh man, I guess I need more sleep. You know, I've tried to do makeup, but I just feel like it makes everything look so cakey, and I never like it. I just don't like it. All right. Yeah, I guess I picked at this spot a bit much. Anyway, the Band-Aid tool is a pretty awesome tool. I think it's good. Band-Aid. If only life can give you a Band-Aid in real life, in real time. Anyway, I just little things like this, like, kind of go a long way, don't they? Oh boy. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. I don't think anybody's gonna get in that dirty. Here's this glitchy thing again, huh? Patch tool. Always does wonders. My patch tool. Yeah, you know, it just kind of makes up for a lot. Look at that. It's like magic. It's like magic. Yep. Uh-huh. Magic tool. Yeah, you know, it actually kind of works for this too if you don't use Band-Aid. Patch tool seems to work just fine. I don't know. I seem to be fine with it. There's all these, you know, it copies all those pixels and it seems to smooth it out right away. I always kind of gravitate towards this. I don't, you know, I like things looking a little bit more natural. I don't like overdoing it. I kind of like, you know, a little bit of the reality of it. I guess as I get older, I'm going to want to really airbrush the hell out of myself. But for right now, this seems to work just fine for me. I don't know about you. If you have a better way, let me know. Anyway, okay. So retouched out all my little glitches. I kind of maybe want to crop it in a little bit or dodge. Let's see, I might want to. So now I'm gonna save, and let's see, did it bring it back into here? I'm just curious. Did it? Okay. So did it save over it? Huh? Yeah, let's see. All right, so I like to bring it back into Lightroom and then go into my Lightroom again. I added all these little presets that I made myself. I kind of dig that. This one I call Drastic. If you like my Drastic preset, let me know. And I'm trying to create some presets myself. I've been testing them out. And but anyway, I just need to figure out how to share them now, and so you can download them and all that good stuff. But anyway, so that's essentially how I kind of go about bringing in the image. Okay, so that pretty much sums up everything. I hope that it was really helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing what you create. So by all means, please, you know, leave some comments down below. You can also follow me on Instagram. I put my post right here. There's also a link of it down below. And by all means, if you like this video, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you found this video really helpful, let me know and I'll create some more videos. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week.